Welcome to the Lynn Lineup, a program which focuses on events happening right here in the city of Lynn. Here with me today from the Stop the Violence Committee Lynn, we have John Ford and Antonio Gutierrez, and we're here today to talk about the Walk for Peace happening Saturday, September 24th, 4 p.m. start. We want you down there at 3 p.m. to organize, and the walk will go from behind English down to the Commons at the gazebo, where there'll be some entertainment available. We're going to talk about this event more in detail, but first and foremost, I'd like to introduce my guests and give them an opportunity to explain who they are and what they do. John, let's start with you.
John Ford, I'm on the Lynn School Committee. I also work for Representative Brendan Creighton. I've been involved now with this Stop the Violence Lynn for 3 years, as it states our third annual walk. Very successful the first two. Hopefully the third one will be just as successful.
Definitely. So we were talking a little bit before the program about some of the other committee members who weren't able to get here. You want to acknowledge those guys right now?
Yeah, sure. We started out, Antonio, myself, it was Fred Hogan's brainstorm, Peter Capano, and Rob Smith. We all met down at the Dunkin' Donuts on the Linway, and Freddie was just very concerned about the way things were going with the neighborhoods and kids getting shot, killed, which is still happening, but we've been working. I'm glad to say we've stuck together for 3 years, and we're working to just show the kids in Lynn an alternative to violence.
Outstanding. Antonio, big advocate for the youth, that works with high-risk teens. You're a committee member. Let's talk about how you're involved with the event.
My involvement was I got a call from Freddie and Pete, and they wanted to get together because I work with the youth. I'm an outreach worker. I've been doing it, I don't know, 8-9 years now. And we, like John said, excuse me, we met down at Dunkin' Donuts, and it's been successful ever since. It's not just the walk, but it's also other things. We're doing a speaker series at the Lynn City Hall auditorium. We do basketball tournaments, flag football tournaments. I mean, you name it. We're trying to bring it to the forefront, bring the attention out that, you know what, Lynn isn't always bad.
Right.
You know, and we're trying to show the good side of Lynn, you know, that the kids are getting involved, keeping them safe and teaching them nonviolent stuff. So.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing that I've learned being in the media industry, that the bad news tends to travel a lot further than the good news. And what Fred is doing with this brainstorm and what you guys done getting on board is exactly what needs to be done. And you're engaging the community, you're engaging these kids, you're giving them something to do. And while you got them there, it's also, hey, by the way, you really shouldn't hurt anybody. Follow the golden rule. What's the golden rule? Well, the golden rule is do unto those as though you would want them to do to you. So engaging these kids, I definitely think that's definitely the key. And if there's anybody who can do that, it's you, Antonio. So not meaning to gas you up too much, but you want to talk a little bit about, you know, how good you are at what you do, and talk to the committee and their ability too. I think they're going to expect big things out of the Stop the Violence Committee. You can jump onto Facebook and you can visit these guys, Facebook/StopTheViolenceLynn, or you can email them at stoptheviolencelynn@gmail.com. And we're here today to talk about the Walk for Peace. This is the third annual Walk for Peace. It's set to happen Saturday, September 24th. 3:30 is when we want everybody there, 4 p.m. start, and you're going to go from behind Lynn English all the way down to the gazebo at the Lynn Commons while you're chanting out fun, exciting lines and stuff like that of encouragement and peace. So this is the third annual. You guys have had some success in your first 2 years. So let's talk about where we see Stop the Violence going down the road. John?
Well, I think the thing I'm the most proud of with the organization, with the group, is that we've lasted 3 years. I've seen a lot of groups in Lynn come and go. They start off, you know, ball of house of fire, and then it dies out. We've managed to keep ourselves going. We had Carmen Ortiz come in, U.S. Attorney, to speak to the girls. We had Jamil Ball come into City Hall to talk to the boys. You know, you don't look for tremendous results. You look for small positive results. If 1 or 2 kids doesn't do something bad that they were going to do, then we're successful. We've done a good thing. And that first walk, we had no idea how it was going to go, and it was off the charts. It was a beautiful day. People were coming out of their houses and jumping in line and walking. We had megaphones. It was a lot of fun, and it just continued to grow, and we hope that it's going to happen again this time.
So Antonio, you're a big advocate among the kids, and you work with high-risk teens. A lot of people are always wondering, like, what is the deal with the youth this generation? Like, why are they violent, or why are they selfish? I mean, everybody kind of falls into their own little demographic of where they have problems. But what do you think is the reason as to why Stop the Violence Lynn has grown substantially so much in these last 3 years?
I mean, I think and I don't want to sit here and say that we've grown into a level of violence. It has reduced. I do commend the Lynn Police Department. One of theirs is also on the committee with us. We broadened the committee to be able to cover not only from the schools, from the streets, from different organizations, from the police department. We wanted to make sure that we plugged people that we knew that would be a valuable resource to stop the violence, that when we would say, okay, this is what we want to launch, everybody gets a share and everybody goes out and we come back to the table and we make things happen. Especially in the sports thing. Now, as far as our teens and our youth, the decisions, of course, we all know, single parent homes, parents are always working, lack of summer jobs. The city can only do so much as far as jobs and things like that. Like John said, if we can get to a handful, that handful reaches out and gets to another handful. Eventually, word gets out. I mean, we started out very small. At Lynn English, by the time we got to Chestnut and Essex Street, they had to call in more police officers to block. We took over literally half of Essex Street. We got to by the time the end of the line of the march got to Chestnut and Essex, they hadn't even arrived at City Hall yet. We blanketed. It was people were just coming out, and that's what we want.
So this is what the people want.
Exactly.
The people have spoken. They want peace.
Yep. Yes.
What do you think needs to be done outside of the engagement, the collaborations that you guys are working on, at a community level? What do each of our neighbors have to do to actually put their best foot forward on this stuff?
Reach out to us. Reach out to us on Facebook. Reach out to us through our Gmail. If you see us, come up to us, talk to us. We're always willing to listen. Any of the committee members.
So you're a committee that's growing, and you're accepting more committee members.
Yes.
We have been, yeah. We were trying to keep a cap on it because the bigger you get, sometimes
it just gets,
the more opinions slow things down. But we get good, passionate people that want to be involved. We had a parents' night following one of the basketball tournaments, and it's the one thing I feel bad. I don't think we've followed up enough on. The parents showed up and they spoke out. And they said they wanted it, that they wanted some help.
So we're going to bring that back. We're working on getting parents back in. We're going to get a meeting hall where we can do what do you call it? It's almost like a forum.
A forum.
A lot of people sit back, well, the police will handle it, or these people. You know what? We are the community. We live in. Just because, yes, I do outreach, but this is also my community. I live here. Right. I'm raising, a son here. So it's very, imperative to me that what I do in the next 5 years is going to be detrimental to his upbringing and other kids in the community. So we get a good outcome on people. They love what we do. And this Saturday, the Saturday, September 24th, coming out. If you got a team, a basketball team, a football team, a soccer team, whatever team you have, and bring your team, bring your coaches, put your shirts on, and come on out and join us, man. We're gonna make it happen.
Two great examples of community leaders putting their best foot forward. I want to say thank you to my guests, and I also want to say thank you to the Stop the Violence Lynn Committee. And I want to say to you guys at home, check out this event, Saturday, September 24th, 3:30. We're asking everybody to arrive, 4 p.m. start. It's the 3rd annual Stop the Violence Walk for Peace. It's going to start from behind Lynn English. It's going to go down to the Commons and end at the gazebo, where there'll be some entertainment available for you. You can reach out to these guys at Facebook/StopTheViolenceLynn, or you can reach out to them via email, stoptheviolencelynn@gmail.com. That's it for the show. From the studio here at Lynn Community Television, I'm Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best.